Bring the lights down low, time to start the show. Lights, camera, you know what we mean. Behold the magic of the silver screen. Some movies rock, some movies shock. They're powerful or odd. We cover them all on your favorite pod. They're dramatic, funny, sometimes scary. That's not weird, that's extraordinary. I got the need and I've got a fever. So play me a little dream weaver. Life moves pretty fast. Some will fizzle and some movies last. I understood there would be no math. It's the 30-something movie podcast. Be excellent to each other. Peace out and word to your mother. They're from the best decades. Movie magic that never fades. Lightsabers clash, phasers set to stun. Action packed from dusk till dawn. We have deep thoughts and questions three. Come share our love of the movies we see. Life moves pretty fast. Some will fizzle and some movies last. I understood there would be no math. It's the 30-something movie podcast.
Oh, it is the 30-something movie podcast, and you're here for another fun discussion about movies that are hitting their 30th anniversary. I am your host, John Reed. I feel like I came in almost like an NPR host.
Yeah, it was a little velvety.
It was very velvety.
What? Velvet?
Velvet is. Yeah, I'm a veritable gold mine of velvet. That's how that goes, right?
Sure.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, or a landmine, whichever it may be.
That's more like it.
Speaking of a velvety landmine, Bo, how are you doing?
I am well, John. How are you?
Good. You look relaxed. The people can't see you, but I can see you.
I am. I'm in a different podcast location this evening due to some technical and some other things. I'll probably be switching locations at some point.
That's all right. But it's good to have you here.
Yeah, it's good to be here talking some movies.
Yeah. So this time around, I mean, we're kind of hitting up the beginning of a new month here. We just finished. I feel like we have just completely blitzed our way through 1996 so far. Like, I'm looking at this and I'm going, holy crap. We are like halfway through the year at this point.
I know, it's nuts.
It's just it's a little insane because I was going to say, well, our last month was April, definitely not for Kids Month, and I'm already looking. I'm going, nope. Actually, our last month was May, the prequel parts month. We're already we're in June, so it feels weird. It feels a little weird to be moving that fast through the year, and yeah, I mean, a ton of good stuff. So don't get me wrong, it was a lot of fun. Although we're doing a bit of a shift in tone. Because last time our last movie, to the people that have listened, our last movie was A Time to Kill. So we're moving from A Time to Kill to Bottle Rocket.
Yeah, it's a tonal shift.
Yes, it's if there ever was a tonal shift, it is a tonal shift of epic proportions. So this is the month of June, and our theme for this month is road trip. So we are road tripping it this month. It is in whatever way we could lump these movies together. The month of June is road trip month. We've got in the regular feed, we've got Bottle Rocket is the one we're doing tonight. Black Sheep is next week.
Oh, that stupid movie. It's so good.
I don't remember the last time I've seen it, and I'm not 100% sure I've seen it all the way through.
Oh, brother.
So I know I've seen parts.
It's Tommy Boy with a different plot.
Basically, yes.
God, is it good?
Yeah, it's Tommy Boy 2, Electric Boogaloo.
There are things I like more about Black Sheep than Tommy Boy.
Okay.
I don't know if it's because they did it a couple years later.
Yeah.
They had worked out some of the kinks. I don't know if it was a writing thing, but there are things about Black Sheep that I really enjoy.
Yeah. Black Sheep want wingy. Does that line show up in the movie?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
All right.
And that's not to say I don't love Tommy Boy.
Oh, yeah.
Tommy want wingy.
Right. Who doesn't want wingy?
Mm-hmm.
Right. I mean, if the people could see us, they would understand. So Bottle Rocket, Black Sheep, Get on the Bus, and then we are ending the month with Beavis and Butthead Do America. Because what would a road trip month be without Beavis and Butthead Do America?
I think I haven't seen that since I saw it the first time.
In theaters?
I don't know if I saw it in theaters, but yes.
I saw it in the theater.
Oh, I know you did.
Yes, I did. Yeah. That was one of the only two movies that I can remember. That movie and The Craft are the movies that I remember seeing at that movie theater that used to be on the hill where the PGA store is now. I don't even remember what that movie theater was called. What was the name of that
Wasn't
one?
it just Hawthorne Theater or
Might have
the
been.
Hawthorne Village Theater or some nonsense
Maybe.
like that?
Yeah, I'll have to go look it up. But I know I saw multiple movies there, but those are the only two I remember: Beavis and Butthead and The Craft.
It was like 2 screens, 4 screens.
I think it was
like
only
it was
2.
Small,
It was smaller. Yeah,
not as quite as small as the one in Libertyville, but small.
Right. And I don't want to jinx anything yet, but I do believe we may have some guests joining us for Beavis and Butthead Do America. So, looking forward to it. We have a collection of friends that we text with, and I'm using the royal we at this point.
Is this the boys from OKC?
Yes, this is the collection of folks that have gotten together because of the Shirley podcast guys.
Yeah, they're not even in OKC. I don't know why I said that.
No, they're not in Oklahoma City either. But these guys, the guys that are part of this group, I mean, we're spread around the country, and so we're in all kinds of different places.
We're national, baby.
We are, to quote ZZ Top, we're bad. We're nationwide.
There it is.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Spoken like only a Texan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so we've got some folks. I mean, a lot of these other folks have their own podcasts. So again, I don't want to jinx anything, or I don't want to like let the cat out of the bag too soon. But my hope is, I think we've got some guys who have another great podcast of their own that may be joining us for Beavis and Butthead Do America. So
right on.
We got that going on. The other thing I want to mention real quick, I know. I see that's the problem is now I am the great Cornholio. I mean, that's my worry is that episode, we're going to have guests on and I'm going to embarrass us.
Yeah.
Because
So?
you say that like it's not a surprise.
No.
I guess it's not.
It's Beavis and Butthead.
Mm-hmm.
That goes with the territory.
Hey, Bo.
Hey, what?
Check out these guests. See, I'm just practicing now. I know.
Oh Lord.
We're gonna workshop this for the next few weeks.
Itself.
I know. We're gonna workshop this for the next few weeks. You have TP for my microphone? Beavis and Butthead do a podcast. Why don't they have that?
Somebody has.
I feel like somebody's got to.
Oh yeah, there's a YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Somebody has to have done that. Mike Judge, if you're listening and mowing your lawn at the moment, then we've got ideas for you.
We do.
We do.
They're not good, but they're ideas.
They're serviceable.
Sure.
I think so. But yeah, so we may have a lineup of guests that are joining us over the course of the next several months, all different folks from that group and from different podcasts around the country. So I'm excited. I'm excited about the back half of 96 for us.
Outstanding.
So we got a lot of good stuff going on. And then over on Patreon, if you're joining us over there, if you're one of our Patreon co-executive producers, first of all, thank you so much for being a supporter over there. And before I mention what movie we've got on Patreon over there, I do want to quickly say we actually have a new co-executive producer over on Patreon.
Welcome.
So Scott Bishop just joined us, I want to say within the last week or so. At the time of this recording, it's been a week or so. For him, then will be now. And
soon.
It's been a while, yeah. But for us, at the time of this recording, he joined us as a co-executive producer maybe a week or two ago. So, Scott, thank you so much for joining us and supporting the show. And for everybody else who does that, too, it is mind-blowing, mind-boggling. I don't know what other mind B words we can use that would suffice to say we're so humbled by that and just so thankful for it. So we are hoping that you enjoy all the bonus stuff that's over there and just enjoying the heck out of the show because we enjoy doing it.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
But yes, our Patreon episode for this month is also, I don't want to say it's a bit of a road trip movie, but there's a car involved. It is Taxi Driver. So I'm not going to call Taxi Driver a road trip movie because that's not.
It is not.
Sometimes when I think of road trips, I think of there's some kind of like, I don't know, whimsy involved. And I don't think of whimsy when I think of Taxi Driver.
No.
No.
It's not.
No, not a lot of. No. I'm Travis Bickle. Okay, no, that's not.
Oh, God.
We can't start mixing these things up. That's not going to go well. All right. Well, before we get ourselves into too much trouble, we do have, it is the first episode of the month, and as we do for the first episode of the month, we jump in the DeLorean or the TARDIS or I don't know, whatever you want to jump in. We jump in the time travel device of your choice, and we head back to this month in 1996.
When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious.
Bo, some of the top news items for June of 1996 include the following. On June 1st.
All the news that's fit to print.
Yes, fit to print and say. Great Britain recognized the island state of Singapore. No. How do you recognize
Hi,
it?
Singapore. How are you?
Yeah. How do you recognize an island? You go, hey, wait, no. Okay. June 1st, American actor Woody Harrelson is arrested in Lee County, Kentucky after he symbolically planted 4 hemp seeds to challenge the state law which did not distinguish between industrial hemp and marijuana.
He was just looking for some extra income.
Exactly. I feel like he enjoyed being in the courtroom scenes in The People versus Larry Flint so much that it spilled over into the real world. And he wanted to fight the powers. June 18th, on a lighter note, Ted Kaczynski, suspected of being the Unabomber, I don't know, is indicted on 10 criminal counts. On a slightly different note, now for something completely different. On June 23rd, the Nintendo 64 goes on sale in Japan.
Nice.
Did you ever own a Nintendo 64?
Yes, we had that one.
Okay. What was your favorite Nintendo 64
we were a big
game?
Nintendo household.
Yeah.
Which, of course, made me jealous of all the people that were Sega households.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Favorite 64 game? What was it?
Yeah, see, I'm so bad at remembering what system had what. 64. There might have been I think that was 64. There might have been a baseball game called Base Wars.
Okay.
And you basically played baseball as robots?
Oh, okay.
I think that was 64. Now I'm looking it up.
Cyber Stadium Series Base Wars.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was it 64 though?
Let's
Nope.
see. It was, nope, that's the original Nintendo.
Yeah. See, I'm full of
Okay.
crap.
That's all right. If you hadn't said anything, I would have believed you as long as it took me to Google it.
Was 64? Was that the first time we met Yoshi? Was that 64?
That's a good question. Maybe?
Yeah, that's the problem I have with this stuff.
So Nintendo 64, and I'm trying to remember if I had any of these or if I just rented them. There was the All-Star Baseball series, if you're talking baseball games.
Yeah, I did like those.
There was Strike Zone, was another one of the baseball games. Mike Piazza's Strike Zone.
Oh, God, that's right. That guy drove me nuts.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I did play Star Wars Episode 1 Racer and Star Wars Rogue.
Rogue Squadron
That one.
and Rogue Leader, yeah. Rogue
Okay.
Leader might have been a GameCube.
Super Mario
don't remember.
64.
Mario 64 was a lot of fun. That one kind of, I'm going to go back to being mind-boggled again. That one boggled my mind just because of how 3D it was.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a side-scroller, and it was like, it kind of blew my mind. It was like, wait, Mario can go other directions? What madness is
Yeah.
this?
It was weird, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it changed the way you thought of that world.
Yeah, the Rogue Squadron game was one of my favorites. I'm trying to remember. I think the 64 was the first time I ever played, because now I'm trying to remember if it was. I don't think it was on Super Nintendo. I think Star Fox was Star Fox first on the 64.
No,
Was it on the Super
because
Nintendo?
I would bet you money. Now the internet's going to prove me wrong.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure there was a Star Fox, and then there was a Star Fox
64. Oh, okay.
But let me see if I can.
Oh, no, you're correct.
that.
Yes. So the original
Yeah.
Star Fox was from 93 on the Super Nintendo.
Yes.
So now I'm thinking, okay, no, I did have Star Fox on the Super Nintendo.
I did for sure. I love that game.
Yeah.
Do a
barrel roll.
I logged more hours on the Super Nintendo than any of the others.
Okay.
Original Nintendo might be close because we played an obscene amount of Duck Hunt.
Oh, absolutely.
I loved that game.
Yeah.
And Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Yeah.
We had the gun for Duck Hunt. We had the Power Glove.
So bad.
Oh, so
Yeah.
still, I'd do it again today.
Oh. So what I'm trying to remember
Think
is.
about the technology of that gun at the time.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we thought it was, this was it.
Yeah.
It was never going to get any better.
Right.
And you think about it now, you're like, oh, that's so easy.
Right. It definitely probably my favorite game on the 64 was definitely GoldenEye.
Yes.
I don't think there's anything that beats GoldenEye.
No, the Felicity.
Yeah.
Facility.
Right. Is it a complex or a Felicity? Yeah. But yeah, between GoldenEye, you had GoldenEye. Oh, Donkey Kong Country. That was another one.
Yeah, you know what? Never felt the love for Donkey Kong
Really?
that a lot of people had. It was
Okay.
fine.
Yeah, because there was the Donkey Kong Country, Donkey Kong 64, like some of those.
I don't know that I ever owned a Donkey Kong.
Really? Okay.
I think we might have rented that one to try it out. But yeah, we weren't
Yeah.
Donkey Kong folks.
Okay. All right.
I probably played more Donkey Kong on the Game Boy.
Okay.
They had that silly little version for the original Game Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So June 29th. So this one I popped in here because just recently I saw it sold again. Another copy sold again for a whole lot more. June 29th, 1996, Superman's Action Comics #1 from 1938, auctioned at Sotheby's at $61,900. I believe I saw just recently a copy of it sold for $1.2 million.
Oi.
So, the value has increased. So, folks, that is why you don't throw away those Beanie Babies.
How about us?
Someday, you're sitting on a gold mine, Trebek. Sitting on a plushy beanie velvet gold mine. Births. So we had some famous people that got done born in June of 96. The first one being Tom Holland. He's acted in a few things. He was born on June 1st. Of 1996. He was in Spider-Man, Avengers, The Odyssey, Uncharted. He was born in Kingston upon Thames in England. Let's see. You've also got Christian McCaffrey, the NFL player, was born on June 7th, 1996 with the Carolina Panthers, San Francisco 49ers, three-time Pro Bowler, three-time first-team All-Pro, 2023 Offensive Player of the Year. He was born in Castle Rock, Colorado on June 7th, 96. And then we had some famous deaths. We had Ella Fitzgerald, the American jazz singer. The First Lady of Song dies from a stroke at age 78 on June 15th of 1996. And then on June 27th, Albert R. Broccoli, the American film producer of the James Bond movies, dies at age 87. Important for us as folks that live in or near Chicago, on June 16th, the 50th NBA championship, Chicago Bulls beat the Seattle Supersonics 4-2, the Bulls' fourth title in 6 years.
Whoop, whoop.
You know? And then top books, The Runaway Jury by John Grisham. Top movies, there was a new one every single week in the summer of 96. Mission Impossible started off. Then it was The Rock, then The Cable Guy, then Eraser, then The Nutty Professor. And a lot of really good movies in June of 96. Then we've got top songs. The Crossroads by Bone Thugs and Harmony was the top song in June of 96.
Nice.
All right, we're going to dive on into our trivia pursuits here for this one, for Bottle Rocket. This one came out on February 21st, 1996, rated R. Runtime of 1 hour, 31 minutes. Directed by Wes Anderson, who did the Grand Budapest Hotel and the Royal Tenenbaums. Writers were Wes Anderson and Owen Wilson. Anderson did Moonrise Kingdom and Rushmore. Owen Wilson did Royal Tenenbaums and Rushmore. Producers were Polly Platt, Cynthia Feltz, and James L. Brooks. Platt did Terms of Endearment. Feltz did The Puffy Chair, and James L. Brooks did The Simpsons and As Good as It Gets. Composer was Mark Mothersbaugh, who did Thor Ragnarok and the Lego Movie. Cinematographer was Robert Yeoman, who did The French Dispatch and Bridesmaids. Editor was David Moritz, who did Jerry Maguire and Rushmore. Production company is Columbia Pictures. Budget is $7 million. Here's where it gets a little sad. Box office, $560,000. It barely broke $500,000. What I did read in the trivia is this did not play in its initial run. It did not play in more than 49 theaters around the country.
Wow.
So, was not well received.
Well, honest, we were talking a
Yeah. Flickmetrics gives this one a 71%. Cinema Score did not have a score for this one because it wasn't in enough theaters for anybody to be surveyed coming out of the theater. Luke Wilson plays Anthony Adams. He's an old school in the Royal Tenenbaums. Owen Wilson plays Dignan. He was in Wedding Crashers and Midnight in Paris. Robert Musgrave is Bob Mapplethorpe. He was in Idiocracy and Drillbit Taylor. James Caan, who passed in 2022, was Mr. Henry. He was in The Godfather and Misery. I do everything for you. Lumi Caravazos was Inez. She was in Like Water for Chocolate and Bless the Child. Ned Dowd was Dr. Nichols. He was in Last of the Mohicans and The 13th Warrior. Shay Fowler was Grace. She was in A Little Inside and Sliding Home. Haley Miller was Bernice. She was in Pearly and The Last Rites of Ransom Pride. Andrew Wilson was Future Man. He was in Whip It and Idiocracy. Brian Tenenbaum was H. Clay Murchison. He was in Rushmore and the Royal Tenenbaums. Daryl Cox was the bookstore manager. He was in RoboCop and Twister. Kumar Palana, who passed in 2013, was Kumar. He was in The Terminal and the Royal Tenenbaums. And then Donnie Caicedo, probably said that wrong, Caicedo, was Rocky. He was in Rushmore and The Evening Star. So a couple quick trivia items for this one. Owen Wilson was actually so convinced that his acting career was done after this movie flopped that he almost decided to join the Marines instead of continue acting. That would have been a shame, because then we wouldn't have got him in the other fun movies he's in, like Night at the Museum and
Wedding Crashers,
Starsky and Hutch and Wedding Crashers and Armageddon. We wouldn't have had the famous wow that we constantly get as the famous meme. Speaking of, this is the first time when he is shown Anthony's sketchbook. It is the first time we hear on screen the wow, and I can't do an Owen Wilson wow yet. I'll have to work on it, but
he is a hard one to impersonate. Mm-hmm. There's a timbre to it that is hard to duplicate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. My wow, I feel like when I try to do the Owen Wilson wow, it ends up coming out sounding like Jennifer Coolidge, and that's not what I have intended.
Mm-hmm. I could see it turning into Keanu Reeves, like, wow.
Yeah. Wow. Whoa. Yeah. We did a thing. I explained to somebody what we've talked about on the podcast before. I was explaining to somebody at work the other day the 6 degrees of separation between a Sean Connery, a Patrick Stewart, and a why am I going to blank on his name? Matthew McConaughey. I said there's really only very slight differences. When you start, you've got the Matthew McConaughey. And the Matthew McConaughey, there's a bit of a southern bit to it, and there's a bit of a whistle. I can't quite get the whistle in the voice, but it's the all right kind of a deal. Mm-hmm. And once you sober up and you like move away from the South, then you kind of your Matthew McConaughey can very quickly go into a Patrick Stewart. Patrick Stewart is just much more Shakespearean, and once Patrick Stewart has had a couple of drinks, then your Patrick Stewart turns into a Sean Connery, and then it's just once you start to slur your words a bit, then you've taken the Patrick Stewart to the Sean Connery, and tell me, Moneypenny, want to make it so. So we did talk through that it's really just very, very degrees of separation separate those particular actors. I'm not saying Owen Wilson and Jennifer Coolidge are the same way, but they could be. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This movie holds the number 7 spot on Martin Scorsese's personal list of his favorite films of the 90s.
Blew me away when I read that.
Yeah. And this is the second version of this movie. This is basically like their Evil Dead 2. Long before they had this movie, they had a 13-minute, I believe, black and white short version of this that they did at the Dallas Film Festival. They went to school at University of Texas, Owen Wilson and Wes Anderson, and that's where they met each other. And it sounds like they screened the short version of this at a Dallas Film Festival, and that's where it got noticed, got picked up, and eventually, that's why they got connected up with the Hollywood folks, and the rest, as they say, is movie history. So. All right. In a world where the line between criminal genius and total incompetence is paper thin, 3 friends embark on a 75-year plan for glory. Anthony, Dignan, Bob, and the beautiful Inez find themselves caught in a whirlwind of heist rehearsals and motel romance. Sometimes escaping reality can be the ultimate score.
Preparation was good, I think that's your specialty.
Thank you, because if I said that one, it would sound like bragging. Obviously good quickness.
Yeah, in and out pretty fast.
Real fast. Including the coin collection and the earrings.
You took the earrings, Dignan?
I bought the earrings for my mother on her birthday. Maybe we should have robbed your house. You ever think of that? 3 outstanding young men.
Well, come on, baby, and rock with me tonight.
Bob Mapplethorpe, potential getaway driver. Go.
I really want to be a part of this team. And I'm the only one with a car. That's good. That's good. Because that hits me right here.
I'm Anthony. You speak English? It's amazing how close you can get to a girl when you're not allowed to talk to her.
And my name's Dignan, man.
You in the army, yes?
No, I just had short hair.
We are a team. Dignan,
I can't focus unless the gun is on the table. Well, you just paid for it. Shut up, man. We don't settle our problems with hugs, man. We settle them with bare knuckles.
All they ever wanted was to be wanted.
What are you putting that tape on your nose for?
Exactly.
Let's get lucky. Just do exactly as I say. Let's move. Come on. Get one of those bags. A bigger one, you idiot. What do you think?
Don't call me an idiot, you punk.
Do you have bigger bags for atlases or dictionaries, sir?
I'll tell you something, kid. You got the guts of a damn lion.
That is Mr. Henry.
Hey, Henry, how are you?
He is a very talented thief.
Hey!
Just get in.
I don't know. Are you in?
I really don't want to do this robbery, Man, neither do I.
You're breaking his heart. You know that, don't you? Huh?
What were you thinking?
They're gonna keep on trying.
Got it, ma'am. We know it backwards and we know it forwards because we've done the legwork and we've done the research.
Until they get it right.
What are you doing here? You're always at lunch now. Not always. Yes, always. Bob? Stop. On the run from Johnny Law. Did he give you the keys? Did he give you the keys? Pole vaulting, laughing gas, choppers. Can you see how incredible this is going to be?
Excuse me, are the explosives really necessary?
All right, our major moments for this one. First of all, Dignan quote unquote, I'm using the quote fingers, dink, dink, rescues Anthony from a voluntary psychiatric unit. It's totally unnecessary. Could have just walked out at any time, and does. Once he climbs out the window, he didn't just walk out and says goodbye to everybody. Dignan needs the practice for his rigid 75-year master plan of criminal glory. That was a bit intimidating, the 75-year plan in the Notebook.
Yeah, how about it? Like 75 minutes, maybe.
I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow, so all right, 75 years is a little much. Yeah. The duo robs Anthony's own family home to test their skills, and things get a little awkward fast when Dignan steals a pair of earrings that Anthony specifically bought for his mom, forcing Anthony to use his little sister as a middleman to return them. They bring their friend Bob Mapplethorpe, mostly because he's the only person they know who actually owns a car, to be their getaway driver. Planning session for their next hit is a bit of a mess of bickering and Dignan's overcomplicated instructions and so on and so forth. The guys pull off a robbery at a local bookstore, but it's more chaotic than professional. They do manage to nab a small amount of cash and immediately head on the lam to hide out at a motel. This to me, and again, we'll get into our opinions on the movie here in not too long, but I thought this scene was hilarious because like you're going to test out your robbery skills, your burglaring skills, and you do it at a bookstore. I'm like, what is the one place I could think of that nobody's going to break into and rob? Probably a bookstore. And then I do enjoy the scene where he's like, well, we only have these little bags. Like, well, just use a bunch of them then. Like, don't you have big bags for like dictionaries and atlases?
Yeah, a lot of dictionaries at the bookstore.
Right. Yeah. So while they're hiding out, Anthony ends up falling for Inez, a housekeeper at the motel who speaks no English. And despite the fact that they barely speak the same language, they share a genuine connection. It starts to pull Anthony away from these criminal fantasies that they've been having. Bob bails after finding out his brother was arrested over a weed crop that he was growing in his parents' backyard. And Anthony gives Dignan an envelope for Inez that, unbeknownst to Dignan, contains almost all of their money. After a car breakdown and a realization that they're broke, Anthony and Dignan have a falling out and they end up splitting up. Dignan officially tracks Anthony down to reconcile with him and recruit him for a big-time job with Mr. Henry, a charismatic landscaper/thief. Mr. Henry plays the role of a mentor, even stands up to Bob's bully of a brother, gaining the boys' total trust before they go on this heist together. And just before the big job, Anthony finally learns that Inez actually loves him. That was a funny scene earlier in the movie, too, where Rocky shows up and tells Dignan, he's like, tell Anthony I love him. He's like, okay, dude. And
all right.
Then, of course, he doesn't until like weeks or months later, however long it is. He's like, yeah, he said he loves you. He's kind of a weird guy. Said he loves you. It's like, was he translating? No, that's what he said. He said he loves you. Okay. And so he finds out that Inez does love him. She has also learned a little bit more English. I don't know how, because Duolingo didn't exist yet, and I think that's the only way you can learn other languages from what I hear. But he calls her up and finds out that her English has improved and she's doing okay. And they officially get back together, and that gives Anthony kind of a reason to look past the life of crime and to do something else with his time and his life. The heist at a cold storage facility is a total, absolute train wreck. Kumar can't crack the safe. Bob accidentally fires his gun, and the stress gives their accomplice Applejack a heart attack. As the police show up and swarm them, Dignan gets locked out of the getaway van and ends up taking the fall for the whole crime. And then eventually, while the boys are failing at the heist, Mr. Henry was busy clearing out Bob's house of all its furniture because Bob is wealthy. Later at the prison, Dignan jokes about their role reversal, that Anthony is now out of the nut house, and Dignan finally is a real convict, as he has always wanted to be. So those are our major moments. We're going to dive into our deeper thoughts here. Let me put on my yellow jumpsuit, and we can dive into our deeper thoughts.
And now, Deep Thoughts.
I have an opinion on this matter.
Don't mince words, Bones. What do you really think?
I like it a lot.
Wow. It's very deep. Thank you.
All right. So when was the first time you saw this movie?
2 days ago. 3 days ago.
Nice.
Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't on any radar I can even think of.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically it for me too. I had not seen this one before. This was not one. I don't know that I had ever even heard of this movie. And so it's definitely one that, and I'll go into more detail on this in a little bit, but I think the way I might have said it before was I don't dislike Wes Anderson, but I don't gravitate towards Wes Anderson movies.
Same. And,
Yeah.
the Wes Anderson movies you have heard of
Right.
are ones you would see before this one. And this one, it just wasn't on the list. I knew nothing about it.
So it was fun to see, like going backwards now. So I've seen The Life Aquatic. I've seen a little bit. I don't know that I've ever seen the entire movie of Royal Tenenbaums. So I've seen a few, but going backwards, then it's kind of fun to see the first one and see like where some of this started, because you're seeing like how he handles like tracking shots, how he handles the symmetry of his shots and color. That's when I think of Wes Anderson, I think of color.
All about color.
Yeah.
There's a certain visual thing.
And you definitely see that in this one. You see, like Anthony is in a lot of scenes, he's wearing like a bright red shirt. And then eventually it's Dignan has the bright yellow jumpsuit. And I think the van that they're using as a getaway van is like a bright red van, if I remember right. But it's always very colorful.
And even the way he treats sky and ground and just the background, there's a very distinctive look.
Yeah.
And I don't have the words to explain what it is, except when you watch it, you're like, Wes Anderson.
I think of Wes Anderson movies looking like a painting. Like it looks like it would be a 2D picture, like a 2D painting you'd see in a museum somewhere. So whenever I think of Wes Anderson, that's the aesthetic I'm thinking of. It's like if you brought a painting to life, like that's going to be kind of the Wes Anderson look to it. And I think of that partially because of the way he constructs the camera shot, but then also the colors of it too. And I think of that. That's his, in my mind, of all the Wes Anderson I've seen, which is not much. That's what I think of. Like that's the trademarks of his work.
It was fun to see early Wilson.
Yeah.
Owen and Luke.
Yeah. Yeah, to kind of see them and to see them together, like playing off each other. Because I don't know. I'm trying to think if I've ever seen anything else that they were both in together.
I was trying to come up with that myself, and I know there's this magic thing called IMDb, and I could probably look that up, but I didn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was interesting to see them together and so young.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's another thing. I think they are well suited to, and I know Owen Wilson is in a lot of other, or I say a lot of other, I know he's in other Wes Anderson things. I know they work together on several things. But I think that's maybe why the two of them work pretty well with him, because what little I know of Wes Anderson, and I'm mostly basing it off of this movie and The Life Aquatic and a little bit of Royal Tenenbaums, is a lot of your characters, like the world around them is serious and real. They are kind of absurd, sometimes nincompoops.
Or they're above it or below it in ways that are almost incomprehensible. Like they're either nincompoops or they're in a stratosphere where everything else just sort of happens around them.
Yes.
His characters are so eclectic.
One of the phrases, I don't remember where I saw it or read it, one of the phrases I saw that somebody associated with Wes Anderson's characters are deadpan sincerity.
Yeah.
That they are like, they're not over the top crazy. They're quirky. And their delivery is somebody, at least this one, it's Luke Wilson. Their delivery is deadpan, but they are completely sincere about it. Like they are 100% serious about what they're doing.
His nonsense about his 75-year plan and his trust in Mr. What's his name was absolute.
Yeah.
He had nothing in his worldview thought any different than what he was saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I feel like some of the famous, at least when I think of what I think are famous Wes Anderson shots, are things like the tracking shots, like when Anthony's running back to the motel to try to find Inez, and you've got the camera like running along with him as he's running. He tends to do, Wes Anderson tends to do in like a couple of moments, I think, in his movies, like really important moments, he switches to slow motion for a little bit. And you see that in this one too. There's moments, I think, at the very end, it switches to slow motion for just a little bit. So yeah, it's just kind of fun to see the birth of some of the stuff that you're going to see polished up a little bit later. To see these kind of quirky characters, and I'm glad that they were just quirky, because I think I told you before we started recording, I think there are some things about Wes Anderson and the way the characters act and the way they handle the world around them that are very reminiscent to me, at least, of Woody Allen. And I've said before, I'm not a Woody Allen fan. I don't like the anxiety that Woody Allen exudes. I don't like that. And so I have a hard time watching Woody Allen personally and Woody Allen movies, because I feel like that's a big part of his shtick in his movies. And I feel like Wes Anderson is similar to that. Like maybe he's like the cousin of that kind of stuff, but it doesn't take it so far that I can't stand to watch it. I can absolutely enjoy the Wes Anderson movies I've seen, and I would be curious now. There was that new one that came out called The Phoenician Scheme. That one looked kind of interesting. I've never watched Grand Budapest Hotel. That one looked interesting.
The colors in the Grand Budapest Hotel look amazing.
Yeah.
Same with Asteroid City.
Well, especially now having a nice TV, after investing in a nice TV and a nice 4K Blu-ray player, that would be the perfect environment to be able to watch a movie that focuses on color. And
I'm hoping Phoenician Scheme is a heist film, and I love heist films.
Right. Oh, I mentioned that. Did I mention to you that, and I know some people don't like this movie, but I really enjoy this movie. What Dreams May Come is coming out on 4K this summer.
Oh, very nice.
And I've already pre-ordered my copy.
Oh, you purchased it already?
So I did purchase it already. I think as the time of this recording, it's maybe 2 or 3 weeks away from being delivered to Shea Reed. So
so by the time this comes out, you'll have watched it.
I then may have been now. Yes.
Time travel.
Soon. Time travel. Yeah. So speaking of colors, but yeah, I this makes me curious to watch more, because I don't know why. Honestly, I don't know why I have avoided Wes Anderson, other than occasionally his stuff, I get a twinge of a Woody Allen-esque quality to it. And I think that makes me a little nervous. And I think I look at it and go, I'll watch something else. And I don't mean to do that. Like that, I feel like that's a little unfair to somebody who's made quite a bit of movies and quite a few highly acclaimed movies. So I think after watching this one, because this one was a lot of fun, I think after watching this one, this is poking and prodding me to go give Wes Anderson more of a chance than I have.
I would agree. It's things to be enjoyed.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, the silliness of this movie shouldn't turn you off of Wes Anderson. Like there's some, to your point, she learns English way too fast.
Right.
But the weird part about that is I couldn't also tell you how long it had been. Like, was that a year? Was it 6 months?
Was it just a few months? Was it right?
I'm sure there were clues. I just didn't pick up on them.
Yeah. Yeah. I do. And there were several, I just thinking through some of the like funny lines and the funny one-liners in this movie. Like there were a couple of different things when they're having the conversation, and Anthony's upset because his little sister Grace, who is a child, he says something along the lines of, well, Grace thinks I'm a failure. And Dignan's response is, well, what has she ever accomplished in her life? Like, nothing, because she's like 11.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
They'll
just
never catch me because I'm innocent.
right. Some effing innocent. Yeah. Or there's the scene in the bookstore when he's like, put it in a bigger bag, idiot.
The bigger bag.
He's like, don't call me idiot, punk. He's like, do you have bigger bags for atlases, sir? And like immediately he gets super polite. Like he's the worst criminal in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why is there tape on your nose? Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. I did Grace's line, I did actually chuckle out loud at Grace's line. He's like, well, I went to the mental hospital for exhaustion. And little girl Grace goes, you never worked a day in your life. How could you be exhausted? Touche.
I don't expect you to be as depressed as I am, but I don't think your happiness is quite appropriate.
Right. Yeah. I do like when Dignan steals the car and then it breaks down immediately, and he's like, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I got this car, but I don't know how to fix cars like this. Nobody knows how to fix cars like this. Yeah.
Jack, I'm 26 years old. I didn't run away from home. Kind of, though. Mm-hmm. And how about Bob?
Oh, Bob's hilarious.
Like, they don't quite explain how they hooked up with Bob.
Right. And
or why Bob wants to be part of this crew.
Yeah.
Is he just lonely?
I think they're all bored.
Yeah. That's sort of what it feels like.
Because Bob's wealthy and bored.
Right. And they're just dumb and bored.
Bob doesn't need to be stealing things. Like, Bob's growing weed in his parents' backyard. They very clearly have plenty of money.
And Bob is getting stolen from.
Right. Right.
Although it's a little unclear about whether they're stealing from Bob's brother,
right,
or the parent. I'm confused about the whole thing.
Right. Yeah.
But they're not hurting. Let's put it that way.
Right. Right. So, yeah. Well, yeah, overall, I kind of my thoughts on this one. Overall, it does cause me. It's fun to see early Wes Anderson. It does cause me want to go see more later Wes Anderson, to just kind of see how this gets fleshed out, how this gets polished over the years, and just to kind of give, because I like quirky characters. I think there have been times where I've looked at some of the Wes Anderson stuff. I'm like, yeah, but is that too quirky? Is that a bridge too far for the quirky that I enjoy, or is it okay? And I think a lot of that I'm basing off of having seen trailers for some of the other movies, but not actually having tried to watch the other movies. So I think it does cause me to realize I need to give Wes Anderson movies a fair shake, and I need to check out a few of these. If nothing more, then to your point, is to see some pretty colors on my TV.
Embrace the quirkiness.
Yes, embrace the quirkiness. Embrace the rainbow. Well, taste the rainbow. This episode brought to you by Skittles. Yeah. All right. Anything else we want to say about Bottle Rocket?
It makes you think for a little bit. Like, are these guys? What's their deal? Mm-hmm. Like, I kind of want a little more.
What's the deal with these guys?
I kind of want a little more of Dingman's past.
Yeah.
Like, how did he get there?
Yeah.
You get more of Anthony or whatever and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's an interesting study in sociology, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. I think it's time for 3 questions. I don't have a notebook with 75 years of 3 questions, but I have 3 questions we can just do right here and right now, if that's okay.
Well, that's good, because 75 years is a long time.
That's a lot of questions. I honestly don't have that many questions. I'm not that curious.
No one is.
No.
Or no one should be, anyway.
No. Just mind your own business. All right. Indeed. All right. Here's 3 questions.
He asks each traveler 5 questions. 3 questions. 3 questions.
It's impossible to answer.
Impossible because you don't know the answer.
Nobody could answer that question.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
All right. Question number 1 is, what is your favorite Owen Wilson role?
It's got to be John from Wedding Crashers.
Okay. You want to hear something funny? Never seen Wedding Crashers.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you have to.
Yeah.
It's classic.
No. No, I've never seen it at all.
Oh. Vince Vaughn, Owen Wilson, and a host of other. The Christopher Walken stuff alone is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should definitely see that.
So, yeah, I mean, probably the earliest thing before this one, the earliest thing I'd seen him in was he was somebody's date in The Cable Guy, and Anaconda and Armageddon, but he was always kind of like the side character in a lot of these. I will say probably one of my favorites of his. I mean, you kind of can't go wrong with Lightning McQueen. He's awesome.
True that.
But I do love his character in the Night at the Museum movies. The other thing I really enjoyed him in was Starsky and Hutch.
Oh yeah, I saw that once and have not seen it again. I should check that out.
I like him in Starsky and Hutch. I might have to. You know what else I loved him in was Loki.
Oh yeah, he was fantastic.
Mobius in Loki, like he was so good.
So good.
Yeah. The one I haven't seen, the last one, most latest. I speak English real good.
You do.
Mm-hmm. So,
are you talking about Stick?
Yeah, Stick. Yes.
Yeah, it's on our list for the summer.
Okay.
When the other shows go away.
We were looking for a new show to watch tonight, and we passed by it. And for half a second, I was like, oh, I can give this one a try. And then I spotted something else. I was like, oh, I've seen this before. I'd like to give this one a try. So I think eventually I will move this up on the list and we'll take a look at it. But yeah, I remember when that came out. I remember seeing trailers for it and thinking, all right, let me give that a try. Speaking of how sometimes we talk about how our Marins in the podcast are, we might want to cut those down a little bit because sometimes they go a little long. You know who else is in Stick?
Mark Maron.
Mark Maron.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm looking at it. There's a ton of people in here.
Oh yeah.
Timothy Oliphant.
Yeah, it
is
looks
in there.
really good. I like me a little golf.
Yeah. Chief Tyrrell is in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in there. Okay. All right. Well, might have to move that one up on the list a little bit. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. What do I want to go with here? I'm going to go Lightning McQueen.
There you go.
That's a classic. That's a fun character. All right. Question number 2. If you were in a heist crew, what would your role be?
I want to be the safecracker.
Okay.
But I don't know that I have the patience.
I don't know if I have the hearing.
So I'm probably the bomb guy.
Okay. You're
Make
the
stuff go
demolitions?
boom. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to be the wheelman, but I don't think I'm that good a driver.
Right. Right. I mean, I could drive fast. I don't think I can drive well and fast.
Right. Well and fast is the unfortunate goal there.
You might need 2 things out of me. You're going to get 1. So, would you like me to drive well? Would you like me to drive fast? I don't know. Part of me is like maybe I want to be the mastermind. Maybe I want to be the one that like pulls out the blueprints and like figures the whole thing out and does all that. Realistically, maybe I'm the guy that is the distraction.
I could be Q. I could be the quartermaster.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Procure all the toys.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like realistically, I'm the one that's going to cause the diversion.
Right. I'm the one that's, hey, look over here.
Right. We need you to release the balloons so they cover the camera. Yeah. Yeah. All right. And finally, question number 3. What are your favorite kind of fireworks?
Okay.
Oh, I unleashed a can of worms here?
No, it's just I have a very specific. It's the ones that go up,
Yeah.
big boom,
Yeah.
and then the gold little sparkles.
Yes.
And you hear the sound of the sparkles just a little late.
They crackle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Love that.
They look kind of like a weeping willow tree when they come down.
Yep.
Yes.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Love it.
I don't know. I was trying to remember what those are called, and I was trying to look
Yeah, I
up
got
pictures.
nothing.
I think they're actually called willow.
Oh, nice.
I found here. I found.
Oh, do we have a thing?
I found from the American Pyrotechnics Safety and Education Foundation.
Ooh, that sounds official.
You can learn the names of your favorite firework effect.
Oh no.
So this one is called, if we've got the right one, this is the Willow. This is a long cascading burst with stars that fall downward.
Sure.
So I think that's what that is. That one, the other one that I also sometimes enjoy is the one that they call bees. And that is the one where you have a lot of little points of light and they like all go off in completely random directions.
That one's cool too.
And then the other one I also like, I mean, Willow is going to be my first, always favorite. The other one is one on here, it looks like they call it Stars. That is a glowing ball of fire that might be many different colors. Like there's a ball of light that's a color in the middle, and then you've got like a bunch of little dots like flying out from the center. It almost looks like you're looking at a hologram of the Death Star.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, but the Willow, I do love that when the Willow one goes off and it all kind of droops down and it makes that crackling noise as it comes down. That's
something satisfying about the crackle.
That's my favorite firework. So did we daily double that one? I think we daily doubled that one. Yeah.
Pew pew pew.
Yeah. So. All right. Well, those are our three questions. I do believe I think I see that we have a Patrick that was able to join us right here at the very end. So, Pat.
Yeah. Okay. So first time I saw it, and so Wes Anderson, I'm not super familiar with his stuff. I had to go and look and see, okay, what other movies did he do? I've seen The Royal Tenenbaums. I think I saw Life Aquatic, but I watched him only once, I think. He just actually came out with a new movie in the last year, didn't he?
Yeah, The Phoenician Scheme.
Yeah, which the trailer looked really appealing to me. I was like, wow, I want to check that out. And so then it kind of connected the dots that, oh, this is the guy that did Bottle Rocket. I really enjoyed the movie. Like, the humor really landed for me. I found myself chuckling or laughing outright the entire time. I didn't find the characters like distasteful or icky. Like, I was kind of pulling for them. The situations just made me laugh. And I found myself like, wow, it just, it's a very unique type of humor, but like just the situational things that are happening, I really found it funny. I found it funny that the whole time these guys are planning a heist, but they're like going at it with all the intensity of like a 13-year-old mindset, but then also a 13-year-old ability to like understand how to do a big heist, when they're taking the elevator up and I'm taking the stairs and they got the headsets to connect and just the whole thing made me laugh. So I really enjoyed it all. I would love to read more and just kind of understand, like maybe even like a director commentary thing, just like, why are you making the choices that you are doing? Like, I mean, I've always been fascinated with comedy, and how did he decide to assemble it the way he did? Was it just funny characters? Is there a message? All of the above? None of the above. I found that fascinating to think about. And I really enjoyed the movie.
Yeah, it was. I had mentioned to Bo earlier, there was a phrase that I think I had read about Wes Anderson characters, and it was something along the lines of they were, what was it? Deadpan sincerity.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's how so many of these characters act, is like they are very serious about the world around them and what their place in the world is and what they're doing in the world. But an outside observer is watching that going, you guys are a bunch of morons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, and it's a different kind of humor than a Caddyshack or a Naked Gun.
Right.
Or a Wedding Crashers, a Bridesmaids. I'm trying to name all the different comedies that I like to watch. And it's just a very unique style. And it would be it's hard to describe it other than pointing out, just watching the different scenes and just listening to the characters interact with each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Listen to how they talk and their delivery. And sometimes it might not even be the what they're saying, but the how they deliver it.
Yeah.
It's so funny. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it when he met Inez and he's like following her around and then he's like helping her like clean the rooms.
Right.
And then just as a case, I like it when he walks in and the James Caan character is practicing karate.
Yes.
Like that whole thing. Like, what the heck? And it was funny stuff. Sometimes movies just kind of come into your life at the right time. And I really just needed to laugh and kind of exist in a world like that.
You needed a little bottle rocket.
Say again?
I said you needed a little bottle rocket.
I needed a little bottle rocket. I mean, when he pulls up on the little Honda, like moped scooter mini motorcycle thing, and he like comes around and then he pulls in and then like pulls the front wheel up. So it's like doing a wheelie as he's driving up. Like, I mean, just it's like those little attentions to detail just make it that much more funnier. I really enjoyed it.
I did mention earlier, it was one of the lines that his little sister dropped when he's talking to her. And she's like, well, why did you go to the hospital? Why'd you go to the desert? And he's like, well, for exhaustion. She's like, you haven't worked a day in your life. What do you have to be exhausted about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then they were like robbing his house at the beginning.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And I was waiting for that to be some kind of like gag, but it wasn't. They were literally robbing his house, but he didn't want to steal the earrings. But I don't know why that was just funny to me.
Well, because they had he'd also made a list of items. He's like, here's what you can steal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they have planned it out. I mean, even if the plan is ridiculous, they have a 75-year plan, and they've made a list of what's acceptable to steal and what's not, and that their first major heist is a bookstore.
Right. And okay, just put a little bit in each one of the little bags.
Right.
I mean, it was just.
Do you not have bigger bags for like dictionaries and atlases?
That's right.
Yeah.
All those dictionary and atlas purchases.
Right. So, Pat, somebody who hasn't seen Bottle Rocket, what's your pitch to them?
Well, my first pitch would be, like, I immediately messaged my sister and said, you are a fan of Life Aquatic and Royal Tenenbaums. Yes, ! I said, then you really want to check this movie out. It's his first movie, and it's really funny. I think so that's my pitch to someone that has seen Wes Anderson movies. Mm-hmm. If like Tammy was walking in the door and my wife Tammy was walking in the door and I'm like, hey, we got to check this movie out. I'd say it's a funny, quirky, unique, comedy.
Yeah.
And it's got a lot of heart.
Yeah.
Like the characters have heart. Like I like the characters. I care about the characters. Yeah. I don't remember it being super vulgar.
No. Mm-mm.
Or crass.
Yeah.
But it's just really, and I think it would be a mistake to compare it to anything. I think it's a very unique brand of humor. Mm-hmm. Like I could see someone going, oh, well, it's just, it's buddy comedy, sort of like Dumb and Dumber. Yeah. It's not Dumb and Dumber like humor.
Right.
Because these guys aren't like, I know whatever the characters in Dumb and Dumber were supposed to be dumb, I guess. Mm-hmm. It wasn't that. It was just, they in some ways you really can't simplify it, or it's hard to simplify exactly, but without just, they're just very serious, very not serious guys, but they don't know it.
Right.
You know, they don't know how much out of their depth they really are.
Right.
So
I was listening to an interview with Wes Anderson from maybe 15 years ago or so, and it was funny. He was talking about when they did the tests, when they did the initial showings of this and the test audiences, and he said that he was never more confident about his skills when he was making this movie, because this is his first one. So he's making this movie and he's like, oh man, I just can't wait. Once people see this, I've hit the big time. Like, this is going to be amazing. And so he's super confident making the movie. And then when they do the first test showings, when he said it was like a theater, I think it was in California. It was like a theater, and they had 400 people come to this test showing. And he said that, I don't know if it was like halfway through the movie or some point in the movie, all of a sudden people start leaving in groups.
Oh, wow.
And they have, they have little note cards that they've, asked people to fill out with your thoughts on the movie and whatever. And he said almost every single one of the people at this showing filled out the note card and said stuff like, it's too slow, it sucks, whatever, like super negative stuff. And so he said in this interview, he said, I never felt so supremely confident while I was making a movie, only to be the least confident I've ever been after this initial showing of it all. He did say, but he said in this interview, he's like, but we had one note card. There was this woman who left this one note card, and she basically wrote a novel. Like, she was pointing out scenes that she loved, and she was pointing out, little things that he didn't even think most of the audience would get. And he's like, okay, so the other 399 people hated this movie, but this one woman is our audience. He's like, this is our audience. This is who we're making this movie for. And that was it. He realized, okay, maybe I'm a bit more of a niche director, and that's just what I'm going to be. But okay, this lady gets it. But funny to hear that initial run was an absolute flop. So you weren't with us at the beginning, but when I was listing out the box office for this one, the budget, I think, was somewhere around $7 million. The box office was about 500,000.
Yeah. Huh.
So it showed in less than 50 theaters around the country when it first came out. It was a complete flop financially. But critics loved it, and one person in the 400-person theater loved it.
So critics really liked it.
Yeah. Critically, from what I can remember, it was critically acclaimed. Audiences, I'm not sure that the general movie-going audience initially knew what to think of it. I would imagine now, if this movie came out now, on the tail end of his movies and that he's done so far, I think it would be much better received. So I would imagine if you're a Wes Anderson fan, you've probably gone back and watched this.
Yeah. Well, I'll definitely watch it again. And because of this, it's going to make me want to get more into Wes Anderson's movies.
Yeah.
So I was really taken with it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm glad he continued making movies, and
oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I'm glad that we can make this like a cult classic, a niche movie. I don't know.
Sure. Yeah. All right. Well, everybody, thank you for being with us for this one, for the start of our road trip month. This has been Bottle Rocket. Road trip. So we're going to hop in the car and continue on the road trip. So if you're coming along with us, our next pit stop next week is going to be Black Sheep. So come along with us for that one. For Tommy Boy 2, Electric Boogaloo. And then the week after that, we've got Get on the Bus. And then week after that is... you have podcast, you have TP followed by my podcast. We have Beavis and Butthead Do America, hopefully with some very special guests on that one. If you're over with us on Patreon, Taxi Driver is our main episode on Patreon this month from 1976, hitting its 50th anniversary. That in and of itself is crazy. And then our Patreon short is either one or both of these, depending on how crazy or how much time I have. Masters of the Universe from this year or Supergirl from this year.
I have the power.
Oh, I've watched that trailer I don't know how many times, and I'm very excited.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, you can see the sword behind me.
Indeed.
I'm probably bringing that to the theater if I'm that much of a nerd. And I'm going to have to do some crunches before I cosplay, but
yeah.
Or I can just rip up, I could just splash a bunch of black paint on the front of a shirt and say that I was the battle damaged He-Man. You know, the one that you used to flick with your finger and it would battle damage.
Yeah, or you just get one of those shirts with the fake muscles.
I could do that. I mean, that's probably a lot less work. That's actually probably more my speed. That's a good thought. So, all right. Everybody, be excellent to each other. Go watch some good movies. And we're going to see you back here next time real soon for Black Sheep.